Alright, welcome to my room that has things in it. I haven't really designated it as a den or a living room or a studio or yet, but feel it has a lot going on for it. However, let's just, I'm fucking tired, guy. I went to work, okay, this is what happens to Kevin on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are like, succulent crap. But yeah, I get to work at 11:30 in the morning. I open myself in. I get in, and I'm like, all right. Open that back door, and then voila, the fucking beer store uh, transport truck of beer delivery system is there, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I'm like, they've been here maybe for a couple minutes, maybe for a while. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I start a coffee pot. I walked back outside, started having a smoke. And the smoke sucks a lot of coffee, and I know the coffee will be done fast because we're one of those like fucking fast coffee makers. So I'm like, halfway through the smoke, leave it on the ledge, go inside, make a coffee, come back out, and then they decide to get out of their truck and unload. And I'm like, this is perfect. Gotta finish my smoke and finish my coffee before I have to move all these really heavy containers of liquid downstairs into the cold room. So, you know, we all know each other. There's no matter. Like, we're not like COVID, blah, blah, blah. They know that I don't know anything about me, but we're pretty cool. So they come, drop off the shit. They bring it right to the top of the stairs. They go into the bed. It's amazing. So I'm like taking kegs down. I'm taking beer cases down. I bring them to the landing in front of the door until it's all there, and then when it's all there, I just open the door and then bring everything in where it's cold and stack it. Like if there's a keg of the old type of keg and I have a new type of keg that's full, I will move the old type of keg sideways, move the new keg where it should be, and then take the old keg and put it on top. So there is some lifting. When you go down the stairs with two flats of beer, it's not that heavy, two cases of beer. So like you can do that. But the kegs is where it's at. So I go down 4 steps and I let it fall into my leg, and then my leg pushes it back onto the next step it's going to hit, and then it stops falling. So I try to save my back because I have all these hernias and yada yada, right? So, anyways, that's my morning, and then my morning's done. Like, you usually have about an hour to go home and whatever. So I went home after that lemmings type movement of heavy objects into cold places. I said, you know what, I need my pants. I didn't bring my pants in my bag, so I need to go get my cooking pants. So I went back home, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'd really like a joint right now. So I was like, if I have a joint right away, it'd be better if I go back in an hour. So I was like, let's have a joint, cracked a beer. I can finish a pint in an hour. Probably had like 2 smokes just to get fueled for the day. And then went in and I looked at the prep board and just said, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Took all the pots and pans out, did everything at once, had all the sinks full, had 3 pots going, had the fucking pizza oven going with bacon. I was thawing things and just making backups because I know how much I'm gonna sell, and I'm gonna like prep as much as I'm gonna sell so that once I sold it all, what's left over is enough times 2 for the next day because you have 2 of each backup. And it's a kitchen thing, mathematical matrix of solving problems. And then you're like finding out what products you're out of. So and then you have to make those batch products, and then you have to like usually cool them, portion them, or just cellophane them and freeze them or whatever till future use when you pull them and thaw them and then cook them and blah 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 blah. But I'm good at making the recipes. I don't fuck them up. I'm good at doing many things at once. So I can come in there with a full board, come in an hour early, and kick the whole fucking thing off. Guy, I was making meat pies at 10:30. I had to and it's hard when you make meat pies because you got to make a roux. Not a roux. It's a slurry. So you got to make a slurry for the meat pies, which means you have to take the juice out, put it into another bowl, put a little bit of flour in, whisk it, put the newly, flour doped, whisked juice back in the thing, mix it all in, make sure it's not too clumpy, make sure it's not too thin, And we got, like, I did like fucking 4 or 5 iterations of adding the flour until I was happy with it, and then the gravy, and blah blah. Then you gotta scoop it out into the pies. You gotta press the pies down. You gotta bake the pies. It's not meat pies like you think, like tortillere. It's not tortillere. It's like basically prime rib cut into like strangly pieces. Because I cut it as thin as I can this way. And I cut it as thin as I can this way. Until like whatever the thick. Today was like 1.5 inches, 2 inches almost. Like that was nice. And I fucking hit it perfectly. 400 Fahrenheit. Covered with tin foil. In the thing for an hour. And then I took it out and I let it sit. I didn't even fucking uncover it. I let it sit on the countertop for like another like 2 hours before I even like started cutting it. And when I cut the first thing in half, guy, it was like well done, about like a centimeter of well done all the way around, and everything in the middle was medium rare. It was beautiful. It wasn't bloody, it wasn't fucking rare. It was like that much perfectness, and I was very excited to make these meat pies. And you only make 12 at a time, so you make them all the time. I make them because I don't know. I'm skilled at making them, so it has become my duty. This is what happens if you're good at making something; it becomes what you do in a kitchen, kind of. Where your shifts align at what you're good at. I guess if your shifts were aligned anywhere, you'd get good at doing whatever it was you were supposed to do. Why am I talking right now? I have my YouTube page. Wow. Okay, wait. Okay, the thing that not obvious at all. I made that on October 28th. 89 views, 1 comment. I don't know what the likes are. I have to move a cursor. What is this? I want to talk about everything. 6 likes, 85.7% positive. So someone didn't like that one. Cool. It was Brian's car. So omitting the guy's car, let's go to the next one. Reflecting after 5 years, action plan, new way for. Yeah, I have been. Do you know what the stats are right now about kitchen workers in Canada, by the way, and the immigrants plan? Oh my God, the only time I get to sit down, open the paper, and read it was like one time at work. And I just fucking sat down. I just want to be left alone. I want to read a paper. I want to play darts. I want to stand up. I don't want to drink. I don't want to socialize. I just want to sit down. My fucking legs hurt. My Usually by Saturday, my knee starts hurting. My left knee starts hurting. So Wednesday at noon I start, and then I do, Thursday, Friday. But Saturday, I'll go to bed, and I'll wake up, Friday I'll go to bed, and I'll wake up, and my knee will be fucked or something. Like my left knee, it's like, I don't know, wear and tear. So you probably pivot knee or something, I don't know. I imagine I wore a step counter, guy. Imagine I wore a step counter. Holy fuck. You know what working in a kitchen's like? You have 1,000 tiny projects, but you know what? Completing each and every one of them in a certain order of requirement gives you a gold star. And it's just simple shit. It's like tasks and cleaning and moving and like resizing containers and finding what you're low on and starting new projects to make the new thing like right away, because why fucking dawdle? Just fucking do it. It makes itself half the time. But that's kitchen work. This is pretty much Diet Coke and probably ½ ounce of Gibson's. Really, it's nothing. I started at 11:30. It's what, 3:12 right now. I went till 1, but in the last 2 hours and 12 minutes, maybe I have been doing not things like making videos. I needed to unwind. So anyway, what am I even talking about? Okay, reflecting after 5 years, 128 views, 18 comments, 94.1% positive, 16 likes. It's probably like 16 out of 17. The other one is 6 likes, 85.7. Probably 6 out of 7. So we got a 6 out of 7 and a 16 out of 17. I like those numbers. Like, I don't care about the hate guy, but I like those numbers. Those are like a 6 over a 7 and a 16 or a circled 6 over a circled 7. Or 17. Fucking perfect. Rudimentary, my dear Watson. Anyways, next one is who would like to be a virtual C? Yeah, ooh, guy. Like, again, this is what I was talking about. The Ontario government in the paper said that they want to hire 27,000 workers in the food services industry. And they want to double the amount of immigrants they take in. So they want to be given special privileges to bring in more immigrants to make your food. I feel like a fucking immigrant right now. Okay, I'm your immigrant making you food. This is fantastic. Wow. Just hanging on, right? The fuck, people. Yeah, no one wants to go back to work, guy. They... Making food in the way the restaurant industry, like, not mine, but, like, where I used to... When I used to do volume or be small town... Central Pub was pretty demanding, and to be put on your shoulders will wear you down until you die. So, like, you need to be a team. It needs to be a well-oiled machine, and even then, it's just like you get tired of working. Like, I come home on 3 days a week. Thursday night till Sunday night, I will have probably spent about 5 to 6 hours awake in my house. Because I work, I come home, I sleep, I don't get up until I have to go to work, and I repeat. Because there's no point. And I don't have enough energy to do anything else in between. The other days are good. Like, you know, I got to start work tomorrow at 7, and I got to start work on Friday at 7 p.m. Yeah, till 1. It's like a little baby shift at night. But I mean, like, tomorrow I already volunteered to go in and help with the prep because we saw a lot of food. We need a lot of food and all these food things. Who would like a virtual seat on the Kevin or whatever Lois Cast podcast bullshit, blah, blah, blah. 123 views, 19 comments, 12 likes, all good. 100% perfectness. And then 101, 13, 121 Master Chief guy. Because he's a really special guy. Yeah. 51 views. Well, that was what? 2 days ago. The other one was... you put your face on the thumbnail, maybe. They click it more. But, like, I don't know. If you're in on this, I guess you're in at 110%. And if you're only like a part-time viewer, then what's the point? Because if you skip things, you miss out on potential knowledge, especially early on when I was doing math hardcore to develop this. But there's a fucking pi relationship, or there's probably like threefold constants unfolding in the wiring diagram. My brain isn't there yet. I don't even like chess, let alone three-dimensional chess. So right now, just let me ponder. Maybe some fucking Asian chess genius. I'm probably stereotyping. But it's okay. It's okay, because I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, it could be a Scotsman. Anyway, whoever chess prodigy like that sees 3D chess and understands how to wire solenoids into revolve copper coil into windings of solenoids in an ABC configuration around a grid that passes the same wire to the next solenoid, and once you finish that ring of solenoids, you take the wire. You never cut the wire. So imagine having this like giant spool of copper outside. Like your like junker neighbors would like try to weigh it and be like, "Oh, it's worth a lot of money." And you'd be like, "No, I gotta take all that wire and like spool it into like windings that make solenoids, and then never cut the wire, but go to the next one. But you have to have a plan and understand which device and which face or vertice and which wheel, because each like face has 3 wheels and each vertice has 5 wheels. So you have to understand your position in space and where to go to next. And I think There is something already that exists that knows this. Like, I think there's a way to fall. Like, you can't memorize pi, but you can walk your way through it if you understand a greater truth, is what I think. So, like, you gotta understand, even phi, I don't know, like, what other, like E, F, is it called, like, E to the negative I or 1? What is that? This is constant. There's some other, like, bitchity constants that I used to learn back in the day. Like, fuck, I graduated in '05. I think I remember bitchity constants, and, like, I think I remember the importance of even why we derive equations, like, why the area under the curve matters. Probably has something to do with like spatial percentages of understanding loss of power or loss of gain, but never you mind. Anyways, Master Chief guy was fun. Like, guys, if I don't satisfy my childish needs to observe things in my reality and turn them into funny things that I think would help a vast majority of society, because a vast majority of society plays Halo. Like, I don't know, game 1 to 7. I don't know how many fucking Halos there are, guy. But, like, if I were to guess in the millions or billions of people who have played Halo or know of Halo, and then if they were to learn about the main character guy that you are the whole time you're playing it and how it relates to the truth of everything math, to me, that would be quite significant. But because you're not me and I don't know what you give fucks about, this is all a interesting experiment that I'm running to try to connect with thou. Have I even taken a sip? I don't even fucking know, guy. Doesn't matter. There's some darts. Darts were good. Darts were good. Apparently, I have a deadly. Like, the people want to play against me because I can, like, turn it on in one turn and get, like, 5. Like, you know. In close 17s, hit a triple 16, hit a double 15 and 3 darts, and they're like. Might be 6. But anyway, they'd be like. I was winning. Now I'm not. And then they're like, I affect people's confidence levels when I play darts against them, because, like, you know, like, I'm a bizarre person. A lot of people try to fuck with me in a lot of different ways just to, like, you know, I guess gain access to my weaknesses, which there are none. But I don't know what this is about. Anyways, it was my first day of my work week. The 2 days that I had off, the other day and the other day, well, I did watch some movies. I was, like, I made a roast and I was cutting it and eating it with stuff, potatoes and toast and greens, and I was like, again and again, and I just was like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit here on the couch. I thought I'd pass out. I ate so much food and I watched so many videos. It was like fucking 5th movie in, I still didn't pass out yet, and I was very upset because it was like 5 in the morning, and I was like, my sleep schedule is fucked. Like, the best time to catch me, like, my wake schedule is now. Yeah. Like, well after 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to get on what's it called? A communication with Kevin, it would be probably around... Computer technical issues. I'd say 2:30. Give me an hour and a half. Hopefully I don't have to clean too much and stay too long and leave. And gives me an hour and changing and maybe cleaning up and time. Give me 50 minutes. Yeah. Like, if you want to talk to me at 2:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, whatever that is in your world, like, that's when I'm available. Other times than that, like, I'm sleeping. Like you go to work, you don't go to bed when you get home from work. You go to work, you don't go to bed when you get home from work. You stay up for many hours. It's hard to do when you're done work at 1 a.m., people. I don't know how hard this is to communicate to other human beings. You are not part of normal society. 27,000 people, we need to do this in Ontario, says the government, and they're going to bring in more migrants to do these things for you so that you can get Taco Bell, A&W, etc., etc. Because it's really hard to cook for yourself and meal plan. Yeah, that's a shot. So, this is really long. Huh? I don't know what this is about. Maybe it's about the prime candidates would talk to me at 2:30 in the morning, Wednesday to Sunday. Probably not Sunday. Sunday's my Friday, so Wednesday to Saturday. And if I had something arranged and a program and it was all tested and everything, that'd be better. But, like, you know, I'm just saying, laying down the rules. I didn't read your fucking comments, yell a bunch of comments. But apparently there's comments, people liking things and, like, watching things and not watching things. I don't know what the fuck to say. So, oh yeah, like, I got, like, next month, I got paid rent early. I got, like, next month's, like, just sitting, like, hanging out. I got more. I'm just, like, making the little nest egg grow. Just saying, like, fuck, I don't know what to do. But if I do something, it'll work, and if it doesn't work, then I'll improve the parts that suck. So let's not get hasty and go all out and buy all the blah blah blahs unless someone has a perfect solution and knows exactly what to do and blah blah blah. So unless you're that person, blah blah blah, well, I'm available at 2:30 in the morning till whatever. Let me know. Like, my email is my first name, a dot, like a dot, and then my last name, all lowercase, at the G's to the mail. And a lot of you people don't like Gmail or something because I can track you and know where you are and trace you. Well, sorry. Then I don't know. I have another email. This is a Hotmail one. You want that one? So let me know. Email me because I want to give you my number because that'd be bad. So yeah, it's very simple. If you made it to here and you know this now, then you can send me something. And if you tapped off early, then I guess you don't get to know the thing, which is probably already in my info or something. I don't know what the fuck. So everyone's all worried about what people think of each other. Look what I do. Like, I put myself out there for everyone to think as low as they can about me, and I don't have much contact. So it's hard to think lower of you, to think low of me about thinking about nothing, because that's what everyone does all the time. I don't think what they do is very important. All that energy could be diverted towards municipal and fixing the energy crisis. We could tackle 2 levers of government, like get rid of federal, get rid of provincial, keep municipal and have free energy, and everyone has open borders because travel is nice, because you know what? We are all in excess. We are all the highest caste at that point. You have free energy, you have free availability to purchase things that run on this free energy to make your own wealth, and you have no reason to be poor. And if you're poor, we'll get you straight, because it's probably drugs, but other than that, it's like, it's utopia. And that's what I want. I want to make a device that makes energy widely available to all to use, to not be like entrepreneurs or anything, just to do what they love and make it their job so that it never feels like they're working. That's what I want to do for people. And I really wish to see this in my lifetime. So, 3D printing people, if you want to talk to me, I would rather speak to a 3D printing guy at 2:30 in the morning between Wednesday and Saturday than anyone else. Someone that's wide open to the understanding of perhaps sacred mathematics and knowledge about balance and symmetry to contain something and want to pursue that in a model that's better than Constructs from the 1980s, which is a childhood thought of mine, which I loved, which is why I kept, which is why it's in this place, doing things. So, it doesn't really do much, but the idea is there. And it was like November 11th is tomorrow. That's Poppy Day, guy. It's Poppy Day. I can't believe I haven't stopped talking. Your Poppy, okay? See how it is? See the middle black part. First of all, it's an axle, and it's a wheel that spins on an axle, like my cellular energy device. And the solenoids that are if an axle's spinning, you can have pieces that are branching off of it that go out. That when the axle spins, this wheel spins. On this wheel, I believe there should be an inside wheel and an outside wheel. Not just one wheel, but two wheels. And the inside wheel should have 8 magnets, like the inside of the Poppy. And I think the outside wheel should have 42 magnets. Because you have 4 pedals on the fucking red part, okay? And they're all split in duality into 2 sections. That's just the way I see it. 42 is the answer to everything in 8 and blah, blah, blah. And the veterans, it's something so simple to put hidden in plain sight. Like, you have to understand as a skeptic now. You have to be like, oh, maybe this is put in hidden in plain sight to mean something. This is put hidden in plain sight to mean exactly this. Okay? You got 42 magnets here where the red dots are. And you got 8 magnets where the red dots are in the middle. And in between you have solenoids. You have 32 solenoids. Because you have to have space for the ball bearings to turn the axles on all the faces and vertices. But anyways, that's what fucking Remembrance Day means. So let's just say that this is my Remembrance Day video. Remember. I have to pee.